Welcome back to day 8 of the early reveals for Leagues 4. We are just under a week left prior to release. Things are really starting to heat up, and with today's reveal we have another new relic. The Guardian Relic, which is basically just a thrall on steroids. It summons an exceptionally powerful ally, is what the description of the relic is. And if we actually cut back through the video at different parts, it looks like you'll have the ability to pick its combat style. For each of the different clips, one here in the monkey room, it throws out like a little barrage attack, but then against Zebak it has a ranged, which has a capability of hitting at least 15s. Start of the Warden fight, it's out here using melee, and then it has like a trident attack with mage for the final chaos phase. Overall, it's just a much harder hitting thrall, and it'll be really interesting to see if you can actually summon both this and a thrall. Most likely, I imagine it'll only be one or the other. Could easily be some kind of mechanic where you already have someone following you, so it doesn't allow you to summon something else. Either way, it'll be very interesting to see what other relics are up against this one in this category, because this will be a massive bump to the DPS. Not to mention even bigger buffs to your DPS whenever you're going to be using the combat relic you didn't start with, depending on the content you're doing. The first one that comes to mind is doing like Ohm on the magic or the melee hand. Even if you use like range on either hand because your relic's so overpowered, it still does a reduced amount of damage. It's still probably comparable to just using melee in the main game. But then adding the additional DPS of this relic just makes it dramatically better. There are definitely going to be some more annoying pieces of content where you're kind of forced to use your non-main combat relic. Or even if you are using your main combat relic, it's just not the most effective against whatever monster you're fighting, so it's not nearly as good. This relic becomes exceptionally useful against those pieces of content. Honestly, even staying in the conversation of raids, doing content with other people where everybody has one of these allies summoned, the amount of extra damage you're going to be doing is actually disgusting. It'll be really interesting to see what their max hit actually is, but even with a max hit of just 15, the amount of additional DPS you're going to be able to do over the long run is wild. Really interesting relic released today, definitely falls in line with some of the previous leagues where we just had buffed up thralls. But with that said, I am very happy with the amount of new relics and abilities and things that are actually getting added into this league. Going into Trailblazer Reloaded initially, I thought it would be very easy just to basically cookie cutter the previous Trailblazer league and just throw it back out there. And honestly, I don't think there would have been any backlash even if that did happen, because everybody was looking forward so much to just getting another league regardless of how it came. But with that said, I'm already loving the amount of new stuff they've already teased in this league. And with just under a week left until release, things are really starting to heat up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's reveal video. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of this relic reveal. I think it's just going to be a massive bump to your DPS at basically all content. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will catch you in the next one.